It's October! Whoop whoop! Okay, for all my business-minded folks, welcome to Q4. For all my basic coffee lovers out there, welcome to PSL season. It is officially fall, and I'm excited to bring y'all our October 2024 Santa Clara County market updates. I got some juicy hot topics for you today. We're going to talk about the Fed fund rates and what that looks like and what it means when it's dropping, how it's affecting our market today. We're going to talk about some of those bills Governor Newsom's been signing, what's going on with parking lots in San Jose, and some other juicy details. Before we get into that, I just want to give a big welcome to anybody who is new to the channel, and this may be your first time watching our market updates. This comes out monthly, and I'm so glad you're here watching this video now. My name is Lolo Fisher, and I'm your local Silicon Valley realtor. I specialize in condos and townhomes, but overall, I just make it my mission to help families make their dreams of home ownership in the Bay Area a reality. I love what I do. I love to be here, and I want to give y'all the knowledge so that you are prepared to take action in this market this season, and also next market, next season, whenever you are ready. So that's what we're getting into today. Let's start with the numbers, and then we'll get into those hot topics. Okay, so whether you are thinking of selling right now, have been hoping to buy but just not sure when the right time is, or maybe just wanting to be informed and stay up to date so that you can get better prepared and figure out your journey of buying or selling, this market update is going to have some valuable insights for you. So jumping into the numbers, I always like to clarify for new folks here. We're looking at the numbers and statistics from the past 2 months to inform us for this month going into October. So this market update is really made for the start of October, looking back at our August and September numbers. And I will just say, looking at San Jose specifically, for example, we'll look at the numbers for all of Santa Clara County, but San Jose specifically, this past week or two, we've actually seen a little bit of a lull, which is a surprise to us because we'll dive into what the Fed funds rates actually mean. But usually when the Fed funds rate is cut, we do start seeing more buyers entering the market. So we are seeing more buyers asking, getting prepared, getting their, pre-approvals done and things like that. But, we are still low inventory in Santa Clara County and have been pretty much this entire year. So we're expecting competition to come soon. That's a note for buyers. But also if you're on the selling side, if you're thinking about selling your condo, townhome, or single family home this year, this could be a really good season to do it because it will increase competition, and you just have to be strategic about your listing price. But let me give you some specifics. So starting with some big picture numbers, as of August 2024, we're looking at a 1.35 months supply of inventory for Santa Clara County. So that's a slight uptick compared to last year. It's about a 7.14% increase. So clarifying that, translating, buyers, this means a bit of breathing room. More homes are on the market, although still low inventory compared to the demand that we see across the Bay Area regularly. For sellers, homes are still moving fast, with median days on the market holding steady at around 11 days. So the lull has been this past couple weeks, but looking at these numbers from August 2024, it's telling us that the trend is that things are going to pick up. Lulls don't usually last very long. Okay, let's go to the next one. I want to talk about condos and townhomes specifically for a moment, since that's my specialty. Right now, we actually have a 1.78 month supply of inventory for condos and townhomes, which is actually up nearly 38% over the past year. 38%, y'all. So what does that mean? We're seeing more options hit the market. That's the short of it, essentially. This gives buyers more opportunities to find their ideal home, and sellers still benefit from high demand. So part of the reason I love the condo and townhome market is just because I've seen so many more affordable opportunities for families that don't think that they can buy in the Bay Area happen, but also because of the way of life, the lifestyle that condos and townhomes provide. If you are like single family home till the day I die, I get it, because I grew up in a single family home and I thought I would only ever want that also. So it's just about figuring out what your preferences are, what your priorities are, and of course, what your budget is for this season. And remember, your first home doesn't have to be your forever home. Most often, folks' first homes are not actually their forever home. So you have options, and there's really great ways to build equity by jumping into the condo and townhome market. Let me keep going though. Let's talk median price. Still talking about condos and townhomes. The median price for condos and townhomes in the area is currently around $1,015,840. So, a little less than 1.1 million. That's a healthy number, and it reflects the strength of our market. I like to see it. We're also seeing homes sell at about 101.8% of their list price, so they're selling over the asking. Sometimes I want to clarify too, because this has been a confusing question for some of the buyers I've been working with. They're saying, okay, well, if it's selling over that, am I always going to be overpriced? And this is where it helps to work with an agent who understands strategic pricing, because so many of us as agents out there are working with our sellers to say, okay, here's what's going to get people looking. Here's what's going to be a competitive price. Here's a transparent price. There's options and there's way to do it depending on the season so that you have more people looking at the home. And it's hard when somebody falls in love with the home in person to say no. Usually you make your budget work, which is why it's important to only shop within your budget. So yes, you want to be prepared to look at homes that might be listed under your actual top area of your budget, because you may price over in your offer, right? So 101.8% above their list price. Many sellers are still getting above their asking price in Santa Clara County. This is great news considering those putting their homes on the market. Okay, so let's dive into the hot topics. And now let's talk about something that's been on everybody's minds recently: the drop in the federal funds rate. Now, I need to break something down real quick and kind of dispel this myth that's been happening. When you see in the news rate drops or the rates are dropping, something of that nature, it doesn't always refer to mortgage rates. And it's really important to be clear on this. The rate that dropped recently is the federal funds rate. And just making a note on this, the Fed's decision to cut the rate doesn't impact mortgage rates directly, but it does influence them. So correlation, not causation. Lower rates typically mean lower borrowing costs for buyers, which can make homes more affordable. And that's why we say we expect more buyers to be entering the market now and soon. Winter season is always a little bit slower if we're just looking at the typical flow of real estate and when people buy and sell homes, because it also goes with family life. Amidst holidays and things, a lot of folks don't want to be looking for a home amidst the holiday season. So that might mean people are listing less, meaning you won't see brand new things on market, but for what is on market, you have a better chance of getting it because there's less folks shopping. So it'll be interesting to see how the, drop in the federal funds rate and the more affordability that's going to be happening as a reflection of what ends up happening in our mortgage rates when we typically expect more buyers to enter the market, and how the slower winter season compete with each other. This is going to be interesting. It's one's usually a high, one's usually a low, and right now they're kind of meeting right in the middle. So we might actually see rates stabilize, but this is one that is a little challenging to predict because they're competing with each other. For those of you looking to buy a condo or a townhome, the drop in the federal fund rate and the correlation of lower mortgage rates that are going to be declining, so it's not immediate, but that will influence them. It can mean lower monthly payments. So while HOA fees may not exactly change, the lower monthly mortgage payments changing could be a great deal in your favor in this season. So you definitely want to start calculating and figuring out what's going to work for you. And I would say move faster if you're able to, because this is a good season to get it going. So too long didn't read, you just need the gist of it. Buyers, I'm talking to you first. Here's the thing. With lower interest rates, homes are going to be more affordable, but that also means that it's going to increase demand. So more buyers will be entering the market. It will be more competitive. So you could see a competitive market coming up for desirable units, especially if you've been on the fence about buying. Now might be the time to take action and do it quickly. So go get pre-approved with your mortgage lender, figure out how much you can actually shop for, and contact me so we can get started on it right away. There's nothing wrong with getting started, and if it doesn't match the numbers that you're hoping for, we can make a plan and wait it out if we need to. But if your numbers match and you have opportunity here, you don't want to miss this opportunity before it starts getting really competitive. Sellers, for you all. The rate cuts could mean more motivated buyers entering the market. Yay. So if you've been thinking about selling, similarly, now could be the perfect time to list your home while buyer activity is strong. I want you to keep in mind that well-priced, move-in ready condos and townhomes are especially attractive right now. So staging can do a lot. And at the same time, we still want to make sure that the home is actually move-in ready. If you have a home that's needing a lot of work, this is something we need to make a plan for so that we can align it with the proper season, like now when buyers are active in the market and going to soon be competitive, so that your home is ready for that season. Otherwise, you might miss the season, and when you're ready and want to sell or need to sell, it could be poor timing and you're not going to get the best dollar or value for your home. And we want to make sure you get the best possible value. So talk to me about that as well. Next big headline I've seen some folks talking about, Cisco is moving. So if you haven't heard about Cisco's big move, they are packing up their offices and moving to Santana Row in San Jose. If you haven't been to Santana Row, you're missing out. Hit me up because I live pretty close to here. I work from here all the time, and I love Santana Row. I'm biased, of course, because, San Jose is one of my favorites, but come visit me at Santana Row and we can grab coffee or dessert or just take an awesome walk because it's a beautiful area. But not my point. The point is Cisco is moving, and this is big because in the tech world, when a company this big moves, there tends to be a lot of following. So other companies start following or being around the same area, but we also see real estate change. So who is living in particular areas starts shifting and changing, and then the demand for certain areas changes as well. I know right on the edge of Santana Row here, where some of these condos and townhomes are, off of like Dudley Ave, if you're looking in that area, like closer to Tish Way, then we had like that whole update on the park that they just renovated, built all new sidewalks for. I see a couple condos and townhomes on the market over here already. And then, of course, on Santana Row itself, more in the hub, some of those penthouses have been for sale like in the last couple months. So that's been exciting too. And I'm expecting with Cisco's big move that the demand will just increase. So if you already live here and, it may not be the perfect fit for you, this is a really great time to sell because that big move is happening, which means a lot of employees are going to want less of a commute and want to move here as well. And if you are a part of Cisco, let me know. I'm happy to help you find something that is little to no commute for you to get to work very soon. Okay, jumping to the next one, San Jose's efforts to combat blight. Now, this is an interesting one, but I wanted to bring it up because even as I'm driving down the streets, you see so many parking lots and vacant areas that are just completely dilapidated, full of trash, worn down. And it's not a great look for our city, but also just health-wise, it's not great for our health of our communities. But the city is cracking down on vacant and dilapidated properties, and they're really focused on revitalizing neighborhoods. So what does that mean for you as a buyer or seller? Always bringing it back to the market. For buyers, it could mean new opportunity in up-and-coming areas. The ones that are being revitalized would bring new opportunity. And for sellers, improving neighborhoods, of course, could boost property values over time. So we want to see that happen more. So them taking some time, some budget, some work to revitalize these areas is really good. It also can be challenging. So I'll just note that sometimes seeing that construction happen, seeing things get cleaned up can be a little tough. Okay, let me go to my last one here that I mentioned to y'all. A big legislative change. So Governor Newsom just signed a new law. Now this one's interesting. Limiting homebuyer contracts to 3 months. He signed a new law limiting homebuyer contracts to 3 months. I read this title and I was like, wait a second. There's something I'm missing here because how could somebody be limited to buying their home within 3 months? But I had to break it down. So this is aimed at protecting buyers and ensuring that deals move quickly and efficiently. If y'all have heard about the NAR contracts, which we've talked, a bit about in past monthly market updates, or it's really just been everywhere in the real estate world being talked about. It's already in place that we are protecting buyers by having the buyer representation contracts, or what we kind of refer to as BRBC, buyer broker representation. And with that, we just need to be clear. It doesn't change the work that we've been doing for the most part. It's just saying, I am your agent. This is what we're agreeing to. This is how I represent you. And I would hope that we're having that conversation anyway. I know we do, I should say, me and my clients have that conversation anyway. So now it's just putting it into writing and having something signed. So that's already happening with the NAR contract. Now looking at this new law that Governor Newsom just signed, or the bill that he signed, what this means in terms of a legislative change is that the limit to homebuyer contracts to 3 months is more so for the folks who are just seeing homes for the first time, and maybe with a brand new agent that they don't have a relationship with. We could talk about this more, because this one I would definitely need to break down if you have questions about it, but it's aimed at protecting buyers. That's what you really need to know. So sellers, you want to be conscious of this, but it shouldn't affect you too much. Buyers, this is mostly for you. And just making sure that deals move quickly and efficiently so that things aren't just sitting. If you've been hesitant about getting into the market, this new law actually could make the process smoother and more transparent for you, because it gives you a little bit more of a push and a clear timeline, but not push in the sense of making your decision, push in the sense of making sure contracts get pushed through accordingly and effectively. Okay. Overall, the Santa Clara County market is still moving quickly. As I noted in the beginning, we do see some lulls just 1 week at a time here and there, which like this last week of September before recording this video, we did see a little bit of a lull. But month to month, as we're tracing these trends and statistics, we're still moving in this market. And in particular, there's a lot of opportunities for buyers out there, especially for condos and townhomes. What I want you to get most from this market update, though, is take action. Whether you are ready right now to go buy your home and decide, what is the proper budget to set, what is the proper home, what is the proper location, let's go for it, let's do it, find the match, contact me, let me know, but take action. And if you're on the other side of selling, also a great time to take action before it gets super competitive out there, so that you can be part of the competition and get over asking price for your home. And if you're somewhere in the middle of okay, I'm still trying to figure out my plan, whether it's a good time to buy, whether it's a good time to sell, do I have enough funds to make this happen? What work needs to be done to my home before I can sell it? Am I looking 2 years out to buy my home? Wherever you are at in the process, I'm here to help. And I truly mean that. I have a detailed first-time homebuyer workbook. If you're really just trying to figure out an action plan right now for finances, funding, figuring out your ideal location and priorities, it guides you through all of that so you can actually individualize your plan. And I'm always just a call away if you ever want to meet virtually or over coffee and work that out together, and I can guide you through that process. For my not first-timers who are looking to move up, you already know a little bit about what that process is like, so I just want to make it even smoother for you. I'm here if you have any questions, need some advice. We say real estate agent or realtor, but really we're your advisors. We want to be your real estate advisors to help you build wealth and make decisions that really evolve your lifestyle to that dream or ideal lifestyle that you want for you and your family. So all in all, I just want to say we have opportunities readily available for us. We just have to make use for it. And that is metaphorical too. That's in any space, not just the market. But of course, if you want to know more about the market, you just let me know. Otherwise, I will see you back here for next month's monthly market update. Have a great day, y'all. Have a great month. Enjoy your PSLs. Bye.